Hey, Dave Knight here, 123daytrade.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Today was Friday, July 24th, 2020. Actually, one more week from today is the end of July. So one more Friday of July, one more week of trading in July, and we're into the month of August where I'll actually be more active in my trading. Anyway, so long story short, I like to trade Friday mornings. But I didn't like the setup early, and I got down on the trading day. But my last trade itself was able to move from a negative to a positive by 15 ticks. I was down 24 ticks on 5 trades, and then I was able to finally find something. I stood aside and I finally found something that worked. And if I just would have stood aside originally on it, I'd have been just fine. Actually, so let's go back and let's look at the session itself. This was the 805 mark right here. I like trading this. I should have just got in at 41.23 and rode it. But if I did, then I would have been able to capture the profit, made an easy trade of it. But I didn't. I got knocked out at +1, and then I accumulated some losses through here, which I should have had no business in trading. So, all right. So, yeah, you're going to make mistakes as a trader. It's difficult to try to. So I used this line. Why did I have that line in? Well, I noticed that right here there was some prior resistance that held. So I was like, okay, that's prior resistance. We'll go back to the low. That didn't work out. And up here was the prior break point at the 8 o'clock mark. So I'm thinking, all right, so this is the line that these two lines here are the lines that I need to watch out for. So I was correct on my thinking. What I was incorrect is the entry timing. And there was a time to look at this market, and there was a time to stay away from it. And here comes the entry point right here. You have your 1,000 volume bar. And if you look back between 8 to 8 o'clock in the morning, from here on, we did not see anything. So we had a retracement of a trend going down. So a correct entry I made was to go short right up here, which I went short right here at 4118. And I was able to ride that one out down to here, 40.79, as we made a new low at 40.67. The prior low to this was 40.72. So why? And it went down lower by 5 ticks. So the question that you have to ask yourself is, why was this the trade point and all the other ones not good? Well, that is where my nemesis of being bored. I was up 1, and then I managed to put myself down 24 ticks before I finally caught something. And it's just not the way that I should be trading. I should be more patient. What I have to get myself to do is to be extremely patient, waiting for a setup to come across the charts. Now, if you look at this, you're going to see it, and it makes sense. So we have what you call divergence, right? So here's your divergence setup. Here's your signal bar itself, and it goes up a little bit higher, and then it sells off. And if you watch the dome, if you have a replay at this, on this down move right through here, there was a +200 in the dome that showed up around this time, forcing the market to come down a little bit. Not forcing, but being an incentive for the market to come down. And if you're just a little bit more patient, if I was just a little bit more patient in my retracement setup, and I knew what I was looking for. I was looking for a retracement back to go after the low. So I knew what I wanted to do, but all this movement in here, if I could bypass all that and wait for my volume signal to come into the charts, I mean, really, honestly, there was nothing to do right through here. And in fact, if you look at it from a different point of view, it was actually an up signal until this bar came in. So I didn't want to short the down. I didn't want to go long the down, but I also should have been more patient and waiting for a proper signal to come across. And what was that signal? Well, let me show you something. What I do is, what I did today is I did a screen cast. Let me grab this. And so let me stop the screen draw. And I did a capture. Of this image. And what I did is I put an arrow here. I'm still trying to learn how to use the new TechSmith. The call out, I haven't figured out how to get how to write the text inside the box yet. But the arrows are working, and the highlight and all the other stuff works. And the undo button works. But to get the call out to come in here, I don't know how to get the text bar to work yet. So some things just are not working unless maybe I have to do something different. I haven't figured out where that text is showing up, but yeah, Jing doesn't work anymore. They stopped supporting it, and you can't use it. So you have to use another product called Capture, and so it's the new Jing, I guess, in that sense. But anyway, long story short, here's the trade setup right there, coming down, and it goes down to a new low of 40.67 before recovering and coming back up. So when it goes lower by 5 ticks, but this itself was your signal. So what I like to do is remind myself of stuff like this. I print it off, and I would highly recommend having a lamination machine. I got mine at Amazon. And laminate stuff like this, and I review them. I've got I don't know, like 30, 40, 50, I don't even know how many I have now, but I go and review this once a week at least, and look at signals that come across my charts. And obviously you can upload this to screencast. I already did it, but you go to your lamination machine, you laminate your trade. I used to do this on my football team. I would laminate different plays and whatnot, so to let them see what a good play looks like. Well, this is the same thing, same process. You want to laminate trade setups that you say, all right, if I see this again, this is what I want to do with it. I want to stay away from this area, and I want to wait for a trade setup that makes sense. And this one today was the Divergence setup. So if I would have just been a little bit more patient in my trading, I would have had plus 39 trading day on one trade, and maybe caught the morning move as well. Instead of only being plus 1, I would have caught that for a lot more. So woulda, shoulda, coulda is what comes to mind right now. WSC, right? But recognize where you can improve upon in your trading. I want to cancel this. where you can improve on your trading, laminate those trades and use them to help you get better as a trader as well. So, that's how I handle it, and that's how I would recommend that you, as a trader, can get better as well. Laminate those trade setups that make sense to you and the way you do your product or your trading. This right here is one of my sweet spots. We were trading pivot point between pivot point and S1. We had already made the low, and this was a retracement of that low, and that's what basically that I was looking for. I was looking for a retracement trade off of the low that's already been formed here. So I was looking for the retracement move to go up and then catch that move as close as I could to the retracement high coming down. All right, Dave and I here from 123 Day Trade. Have a great weekend. Hope this helps on your trading as well. Laminate those trades. Laminate those trade setups so that you can go back and review them at your convenience. I would recommend reviewing them on a Friday, review them on a Sunday, review them midweek, review them every day. It doesn't take long to look through trade setups. Look at what is a good trade setup is. Look at those sweet spot trades that you're hunting for, those high probability trade setups. Laminate them and keep looking at them. You'll get better, I promise. All right, Dave and I here at 123daytrade.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. We'll see you in the next video I put together. Bye for now.